I'm Julie, I'm Zahid's carer. I'm also his sister-in-law. I've cared for Zahid since October last year. Six years ago, on 3rd of October, Zahid had set this little company up repairing gutter ends, and him and his friend had put some scaffolding up against a house, and it was raining at the time. He were up the ladder on top of the scaffolding, and his mobile phone rung. He answered his mobile phone. He lost his footing on the ladders. The scaffolding, the amp pinned it into the walls correctly. He grabbed for the scaffolding as the ladder fell, and the whole lot came down. Zahid came down with it. He was taken to Bradford Royal Infirmary. They did a scan. They called the family. They did a scan, and they found that there were a bleed and swelling on his brain. They immediately rushed him to LGI, where they had more specialist care there. They did an operation that night, and he was in a coma. He was in intensive care then, when after the operation. He was in a PVS for 7 full months. The specialist told us that's probably how we'd stayed, that were going to be it for Zahid. However, after 7 months, he started opening one eye, showing signs of, some little tiny signs of recovery. As to when LGI decided to transfer him to Pinderfields, where they had a proper rehabilitation centre there. And through the hard work of Zahid himself, a determination in his own head and the staff, he just came on, leaps and bounds. He was in hospital and rehabilitation for a good 5 years, and before he could come home, you know, to be back with his family. He lives quite independently in his own house in Leeds. He spends 3 days at his own home, and then he probably has about 4 days with me and his brother. The support and care that we provide for Zahid, being my husband, is everyday needs, so that he can live as independently as he can. Financial support, my husband takes a lot of his financial support, hospital appointments, doctor's appointments, etc. But mainly so as he can live his life as independently as he can. We're just there as his support. It affects him in a way that he doesn't understand what people say to him. He can't grasp what people say to him. His communication skills are very, very limited because of his speech. He has epilepsy, which we have to have a fall alarm fitted at home for him, and he also wears an identikit disc. It's frustrating for Zahid, and he gets quite angry because of his frustrations. It's hard, you know, when he doesn't understand me, and he carries on wanting to do what I'm trying. I can see the dangers in what he might want to do, you know, or the downfalls in what. But to tell him, you know, he wanted some new carpets. There was not wrong with other ones, but I wasn't going to win that war. He was having them. He was demanding. He was having them carpets, and it's things like that, you know. And if it's something that's going to be a danger to him, he just carries on like it was before. No, because a lot of people, because his disability is not, it's hidden. People think, oh, he's all right. They look at him and he's fine, he's all right. You know, they don't see what I see. They don't see, you know, his communication. They don't know that his part of his head's muddled up. They just think, oh, he's okay, and his family do. Most of the family do, you know. So they don't offer no support. And when I try to say to him, You know, it can be hard work. Well, they look at me stupid because I think, well, how's it hard working? Hard work is alright. It's only his talking. They don't see anything else. You know, well, I probably wouldn't, carers wouldn't need the support, as much support, or they won't get as angry if people understood, you know, just because he ain't in a wheelchair or he don't walk with a limp, that, you know, they only think then that there's something wrong with him. They don't take the time to see, you know, that he can't, he can't talk because there's something wrong. If he doesn't say please and thank you, you know, or excuse me, they think ignorant. They don't think, you know, that there's something wrong with him. So you can see a little bit that he's not like me or you, but they don't bother, they don't care, you know, they don't take the time to see. Only people really that I do get any support from, and it's Second Chance Headway, and the girls there, you know, there's always somebody there that'll understand and I can talk to. If I go into the centre and they know that I'm down or I'm looking tired, and they understand what it's like for me. Nobody else does. Family don't.